Susan Ashton was at the top of her game with #1 singles, Dove Awards, and Grammy nominations in the contemporary country music scene a few years ago. After persevering through several heartbreaking personal issues, she knows she belongs back in music once again. She's recently released her new EP, Thief, on B Music Entertainment, and we had a chance to talk to her about the new project. Here's Kelly with more.
Here with Susan Ashton. What a pleasure it's been to get to know you. Now,
nice to be with you.
We remember your music, and I mean, tell us about your background, because you have done music since you were very young, and you took a little break, and here we are.
Yeah, I started contemporary Christian music. My first record came out in 1991, and I did that for several years. Then I signed with Capitol Nashville in '98. And put out a record with them, had one single that came out, went top 40, did okay. Then we spent 3 years making a follow-up record, and Too Much Money, and that record never came out. And so I left Capitol in 2003, and at that time, I felt like I couldn't even look in the mirror and convince myself that I should be doing this, much less try to convince another head of a label that he should spend more money on me. So I felt like I needed to take a break and let the dust settle, and so I did. I totally stepped out of the music business and went and became a nanny for 7 years.
Love it.
Yeah, and I love those kids.
And it must have worked, because this EP is amazing. I think you were able, I mean, you wrote all the songs except the single,
Yep.
and it's a remake,
Right.
and we're going to talk about that. But I mean, talk a little bit about how these songs obviously are very dear to you and very close to you. The album title, or the EP title, is Thief,
Yeah.
and I mean, I love it. I love the picture here, the cover, the bird. Talk about that.
Well, I mean, you know, they talk about being like perspirational writers and inspirational writers. And perspirational writers are writers who they set up their appointments Monday through Friday, and they go write the songs and they hammer them out. And I think that's something that's good for discipline, and I know a lot of great songs come from that. But then there are inspirational writers who write from life experience and have to be inspired to write, and I tend to be that kind of a writer. So these songs very much are a direct reflection of my journey over the last 10 years.
My love is in life, yeah, yeah. Whoa.
Talk a little bit about the single, because it's a remake that we all know. Gary Wright had it out. What?
Well, I was sitting with my manager, Mike Blanton, and my producer, Wayne Kirkpatrick, and we were trying to pick songs to cut, and Mike thought it would be great if we could do a cover. So we were batting around song ideas, and Wayne's had actually already done some preliminary tracks messing with the arrangement of the songs. So he was like, let me play this, and I heard it, and that banjo guitar started playing, and it was just kind of funky and swampy and fun, and the message is positive, and I loved it. So we ran with it and did it, and I love the way it turned out.
Perfect fit, and it sounds so great. And you've been out getting a great response. You're on a national radio tour. How's that going?
It's great, and I don't know why. I feel so goofy every time we go someplace, because everybody responds so positively.
Well, of
and
course. Your voice is like incredible. Are you kidding me?
But I guess just because it's been a while, and you know, I was raising 2 kids and shoveling a lot of horse poop, and I've gone from that to like I'm back on a radio tour. So I think everything is brand new again, and I don't know, I just am surprised that people love it so much. So that's been exciting to get an overwhelming positive response.
Now it's time for our weekly songwriter tip. This week we sit down with Dale Dotson as he talks about taking your shot at Nashville.
Nashville is a music songwriter town. It's a songwriter town. And I believe that while you're young and you have that burning dream and that desire in your heart to get here, I think everybody who really feels that this is what they want to do should pack their stuff and come this way and take a shot at Nashville. But do know when you get here that the best are here. It is. It's the breeding ground of the greats. And but if you have that dream and that desire, I say you should move here and do it while you're young. And possibly, you know, there's a great program up at Belmont or some of these other schools that you could get for your backup. But live your dream.
For more information on the craft of songwriting, check out NashvilleSongwriters.com. That's about all the time we have for this week's show, but don't forget those Susan Ashton discs we have up for grabs. To enter this week's drawing, just head on over to InsideMusicRow.com and get signed up. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook too. We'll leave you this week with that #1 video from Lee Brice. Here is I Drive Your Truck. Until next time, I'm Bailey for Inside Music Row, and I'll see you again real soon.